News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, Judge Kim Walker gets a new bailiff. Commissioner Shinhoffen talks about nuclear waste. And Desert View Hospital helps kids get back to school. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, July 22nd, 2015. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, Judge Kim Walker spoke to Nye County commissioners about her concerns within the courthouse while asking the commissioners for a bailiff to man her courtroom.
Okay, we're going to go to item number 35. This is for possible action, discussion, and deliberation to approve filing one vacant court bailiff position in the district court.
We had almost a sexual assault incident a week ago Sunday. As you know, I run the drug court, and we drug test 7 days a week. That bailiff works on the 6th and 7th day to ensure the safety of the drug court staff. So what happened, I think you need to hear this. This happened after this was denied. We have been using, without a bailiff, we've been using Sheriff's Auxiliary to drop our male participants. All the males have been dropped. We had 2 females left to come in. We unlocked the doors. This is how it works. It's on the answering machine at 7. You have between 7 and 8:20 to get there. You have to drop by 8:30. The males were all there. They had dropped. The Sheriff's Auxiliary left. He left 1 female employee at the courts. We had a participant whose color was not called, we call by color, show up intoxicated and started making very inappropriate sexual comments to the 1 female who was there. She got online with the Nye County Sheriff's Office. It took over 20 minutes for a response. That is why I am so desperate for a bailiff. I'm going out now at night myself.
Judge, so would you like to continue, or do you want us to vote?
I would like you to vote, but I just want you to understand the problems that we have.
Oh, we get it. We understand.
We can't move forward. I'm the only court, and I want to bring this up to you.
Kim, do you want to continue? Do you want to sell past the sale, or should I take a vote?
No, but I do think there's some things that you guys aren't aware of.
Oh, we are aware. You would be amazed at how much we are aware.
Well, you know that 2 of your bailiffs aren't statutorily required. There are 2 that are.
You choose. That's within your department.
That's one of our issues that we need to get worked on. And yes. I agree. That's the reason why I was hoping you'd call and say.
And you'll have a bailiff tomorrow. Just call Sheriff Worley and tell her she's standing in.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The judge will get you. That's a 5-0.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will tell you, I've already interviewed and extended an offer.
Nye County Commissioner Dan Shinhoffen spoke to News 46's Deanna O'Donnell about nuclear waste transportation and disposal at a meeting with the Department of Energy at the Bob Roode Community Center.
Nevada National Security Site Advisory Board, they meet a few times a year. We've got them to meet once a year at least in Pahrump, since we are the host site for the security site, which encompasses Area 5. Darrell Lacey gave a presentation about the Nye County's issues, which is we were trying to work with DOE, get them to pay for some road improvements out here. Since we're the host site. This is one of many meetings that we go to as commissioners, liaison. The public's been notified. I know you guys have done it a couple nights, and we have, I think, 4 people from the general public show up.
People seem to be very passionate about the transportation and nuclear waste and everything, but for some reason aren't here to get the facts.
Right. That, you know, it happens a lot. And that's why you elect people like us. We go to these things, we show up, we listen, we interact with them. The presentation that was just being showed, I've seen that a bunch of times. It really highlights how most of the stuff is not dangerous. Like, dangerous if you eat it, it's dangerous if you hold on to it, but in the packages, how they're transported, even if the trucks turn over and the material spilled on the ground, it's just that area that's contaminated. And there has been no material spilled in transportation in the United States. I know you can find almost anything on the internet, but those are the facts from the guys who do it. One of the board members here used to transport it, and again, backed that up for me.
That's what they were talking about, the difference between exposure and the difference between contamination, and what's the difference between high-level waste, low-level waste. We aren't really getting high-level waste here.
No, not as it's classified at this time. The U-233-35 is as hot as anything that's going to go into Yucca Mountain. It's classified as low-level waste because they classify it by where it's generated. And our statement to Harry Reid and the governor and all of those is, you agreed that it's okay to bury that 20 feet in the ground and that's safe, but Yucca Mountain is dangerous? We're kind of concerned that, you know, we're not dealing with the same facts here.
This is at the Nevada National Security site that they are actually transporting this low level, right?
Right. It's Area 5, right? Alpha Mercury. And it's done by secure transportation, which means they have pilot trucks in front and behind with armed people, and they do not tell anybody when they're coming or the route they're taking. It's very, very, very classified.
And this has been going on for years.
Well, this just started probably in May. They finally did this, but all the other material's gone to Area 5. Yeah, for years they've been storing stuff. There's stuff out there hotter than this that's coming now that's been buried there. So I get people get passionate about it, but, you know, it'd be good if they, you know, talk to some of the experts and see what the true danger is, which is very minimal.
Jeffrey Allen Horton received a sentence of 19 to 48 months and 5 years probation after leading police on a high-speed chase until he crashed his motorcycle off Barney Street on the west side of town on March 30th. He was also charged as an ex-felon in possession of a handgun. At the time, Horton claims he was off his medication when the incident occurred. Donald McFadden has been taken into custody for possession of a controlled substance, being methamphetamine, according to deputies with the Nye County Sheriff's Office when they made contact with McFadden at a local bar, citing an active felony warrant out of Tonopah concerning non-payment of child support and related charges. He allegedly was found to be in possession of meth at the time of his arrest and was taken into custody. We'll find out how hospitals are trying to help smokers quit in our health tip coming up after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, hospitals are smoke-free zones, so when smokers are admitted to the hospital for any reason, they must leave their cigarettes behind. This can be a good opportunity to try to quit. A study examined whether offering hospitalized smokers medication and counseling would help them stay smoke-free after leaving.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
John Lindy began smoking at age 13.
I had tried quitting several times, and I'd make it as long as a week or 2 weeks and then finally just cave in.
During a recent hospital stay, John knew he wouldn't be able to smoke. He was offered medication like these nicotine patches. He was also offered counseling to help him try and make a permanent break with cigarettes.
The girl that came in and talked to me was really, really cool, supportive.
We know that medication works and that counseling works, but they both together work much better than either one alone.
Dr. Nancy Rigotti from Massachusetts General Hospital and co-authors designed a simple system to help smokers stay smoke-free after leaving the hospital. 397 patients were divided into 2 groups. One group just received recommendations about how to quit. The other group was provided with various medications, counseling while in the hospital,
How has it been for you since you've been admitted and not smoking?
Automated phone calls checking their progress.
We hope you're feeling better since you left the hospital. Have you smoked a cigarette, even a puff, in the last 7 days?
And access to additional counseling for 3 months after leaving the hospital.
We were able to increase the quit rates 6 months after discharge by over 70% by providing this simple system of care. We looked to see whether the treatment worked as well in different kinds of smokers, black, white, men, women, rich, poor, and so forth, and we found that it worked well in all kinds of smokers.
John has been smoke-free for more than a year now.
The benefit in the long run.
Smokers stay healthy by staying smoke-free after they leave the hospital.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Offering smokers help to quit while in the hospital is one of the quality measures endorsed by the Joint Commission and the National Quality Forum. And in his first response directly addressing Donald Trump's comment on his war record, Senator John McCain said that the real estate mogul should not apologize to him, but should instead apologize to veterans captured in war and their families. Trump disparaged McCain and other prisoners of war Saturday. Trump opened by criticizing McCain for calling attendees at his Phoenix rally crazies and defended his tweet calling McCain a dummy. A pollster said to Trump, he's a war hero. Trump first said he's not a war hero. The pollster argued he's a war hero, and then Trump corrected himself, quote, he is a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you, unquote. McCain spent 5.5 years as a prisoner of war in the Hanoi Hilton, where he was tortured repeatedly. Trump, meanwhile, received 4 student deferments and 1 medical deferment to avoid serving in the Vietnam War. Trump's political campaign to become our president is still getting a lot of attention. Some say because he speaks what others are thinking with no filter. And an estimated 1,200 people attended this year's back-to-school health fair at Desert View Hospital on Saturday. Participants performed approximately 85 vision screenings, 42 dental screenings, 55 sport physicals, and 62 immunizations. Desert View Hospital's Megan Kowalski spoke to News 46 at the event.
This is the 8th annual Back to School Health Fair. This has been several years that we've partnered with the Nye Communities Coalition to hold it here at the hospital. 3rd year I personally have been involved with it, so each year it's growing bigger and bigger, and we're having a lot of fun. We've had about probably 1,000 people come through so far today, and we still got an hour and a half left.
You got Mercy Air, Pahrump Valley Farm Rescue, every type of organization that is related to kids going back.
PH Physical Therapy Clinic here, talking about backpack safety and going over some of the posture, those things to help kids feel a little bit better when they're sitting in a classroom. And then, of course, we've got informational booths here, food for thought. We've got healthcare partners doing sports physicals, and then we've got Future Smiles doing dental screenings, and then we have Nevada Eye and Ear doing vision screenings, and of course lots and lots more vendors, and of course Rotary with their hot dogs, that's ever popular.
The school bus is here for the Nye County School District. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we love to have the school bus come in because we have a lot of kids who have never been on a school bus before. You know, and that can be kind of scary and intimidating, especially for kindergartners. And so it's here, it's opened up, kids can get on, they can talk to the drivers, they can see what it's like, get their questions answered.
This is a lot of work and preparation to get these organizations together to make this kind of a one-stop shopping for these kids, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. You know, I feel like I can speak on behalf, of course, of the hospital and of the coalition to say that we are both advocates for, both organizations are advocates for the Pahrump community. And we really want to make a positive, significant impact on Pahrump and especially on the students. And so this is just one of the many ways we feel we can give back. And, you know, and this would not be possible without all these organizations donating their time today. So from the coalition to the hospital to healthcare partners, our immunizations, everything and anything that's here today. Without them, this would not be possible.
What's coming up next for the hospital?
Our next event will be on October 10th, which will be our Autumn Health Awareness Festival, which is very similar to this, just geared towards adults.
And speaking of back to school, a hiring blitz is underway at the Clark County School District while more than 1,000 teaching positions remain open just a month away from the first day of school. CCSD hired about 1,300 new teachers for this school year. That's 300 more new hires than at this time last year. A majority of those 1,000 vacancies are for elementary and special education. For more information, contact the Clark County School District. And folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after these messages.